Hi, everybody. I am the Joker. And welcome to 2008's The Dark Knight. Or should that be the movie where I overshadow the titular character?
Yeah, so much that you won an Academy Award for it, Mr. J.
Not when you had much
Yeah.
time to, enjoy it, but that's a sad tale for another day.
And I thought my jokes were bad.
Sorry, I'm not German.
Okay, sorry. The Joker just randomly ran off, so I'll do the rest. Okay, audience, basically start before the Warner Brothers logo.
Traditional stuff.
Yes, okay, and 3, 2...
Hold on.
What?
Yes.
And there we go. Don't worry, I'll edit that post.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, click.
Okay.
Basically, I just had to lower my video's volume.
And we begin with wow, did someone...
A blue filter.
Wow. Yeah, someone really loves the color blue.
So I guess the blue filter that, was in Twilight, this came to Dark Knight. How fitting, because Twilight also came out in 2008.
Legendary Pictures.
Yeah, the lot that are going to be making the Detective Pikachu movie.
Oh, yeah, DC Comics.
Ding!
But of course...
Detective Comics.
Basically, Detective Comics is another line that has Batman. Fun fact, actually, during 2009 to 2010 or 2011, actually, for a moment there, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman went missing, hence 52, so the head of the Detective Comics line got to be Batwoman for 2 years.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. This is my favorite scene in the movie, actually, the bank heist.
I think I can guess why.
Have you played the Payday series? It's heavily inspired by this scene.
Yeah, okay. But however, one of my biggest problems with this movie comes into effect almost immediately. The constant switching of aspect ratios. Part of this film was filmed in IMAX and the rest was filmed using traditional widescreen cameras. So the aspect ratios change... at times they change in the span of 5 seconds, and it's really distracting, especially if you're watching this on a TV.
I never found it too bad. I mean, okay, be a bit more specific. Where exactly does it annoy you and how?
Where it goes from IMAX to just like 16:9 in a few seconds.
So basically, these are a bunch of bank robbers building out the heist who are apparently hired by the Joker. And yes, this is one of those continuities where the Joker is just a guy who face painted his face as opposed to being, inbred with the white skin. I'll be quite honest, quite honest, I sort of have a bias and preference towards the continuities where Joker's skin was actually turned physically white by the chemicals.
Well, that was technically the canon one with the Killing Joke, so...
Oh, it is the canon one. I'm just saying, I guess...
Oh, I love this bit.
Oh, fuck you, man.
And by the way, since it's probably obligatory for me to mention, yes, in wake of the killer clown seeing actually in real life, apparently over in the UK in Whitehaven, there's...
Is that William Fichtner?
Yeah, I was actually asking because I recognize his face.
Yes, William Fichtner.
So he's making a cameo as a bank account.
A bank manager.
Oh boy, the drill. Everyone who played the Payday series knows how a pain in the ass this thing is.
Oh, yeah.
It looks a bit like Christopher Walken in this scene.
Yeah. Really? You guys didn't notice or try and arrest the guy?
To be fair, he was behind coated glass. They couldn't see. And also, this is sort of a mobster bank, so yeah, kind of makes sense.
I don't...
can you remind me the name of the actor, Lives?
William Fichtner.
William Fichtner is a banker with a shotgun.
Hmm.
Oops.
No, he still had a few.
Well, there he goes.
Also, later on in this movie is an actor that Jova might recognize from LA Noire.
Oh.
Let's see. If the drill doesn't work.
You know, it's funny how these.
I love all the scenes where they kill each other.
Well, that's actually the neat idea, Dweebs. The less remains, the more money rests for who survives.
And of course, it was the Joker who probably put it in their heads. Why? We'll find out later.
So yeah, they basically got like a gajillion dollars.
Money.
But yeah, he smartened up. Oh yeah, there's a gaff coming up. That one. And the bus clearly didn't hit him, and yet he fell backwards.
Yeah.
Well, I think
it was like the air pressure moving on from the impact.
And this one as well. I love this bit as well.
Yeah.
Go tell them yourself.
Oh, he's still alive.
Well, yeah. Thankfully, there wasn't anything fatal, and being a
scratch.
And being a gangster bank, I probably wouldn't be surprised if he came with body armor for this sort of stuff.
I'm not quite sure you should. Okay, if I was shot and I was trying to be, being into a guy, I wouldn't go shouting stuff like, "What do you believe in?"
Yeah, crime boss. It's Gotham.
But anyway, yeah. So there is Heath Ledger, well, the late Heath Ledger, playing the Joker.
Yeah, you know, it's funny how Christopher Nolan, intended for these to be Batman in the real world, and yet nowadays we have real killer clowns, and now an actual guy dressing up as Batman in the UK chasing them all.
No one, not even the police, thinks it's a bit weird that a bus that's clearly trailing smoke is blending in with all these other buses, and no one bats an eyelid.
To be fair, Dweebs, if you pay attention closely, you'll notice that the bus got rid of all its dust by the time it crosses with the police.
It was still there when the...
What I'm saying is that
I think it was a bit more weird the fact that the bus was behind noticed it.
Now we're back to 16. Now we're back to 16 by 9. The aspect ratio.
Again, I'm not really
noticing.
No, I'm not really. Yeah, that's because probably I'm not really into filmmaking in how it works, but I'm not noticing this much of a difference.
I think it's because I'm actually watching it on a TV.
And by the way, that thing was actually reference to the Silver Age.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's because I'm watching mine on a telly.
Not really. I mean, the aspect ratio would still change on a laptop monitor like mine. What exactly is the difference between IMAX and such anyway?
IMAX takes up the full screen. 16 by 9 has those black bars.
Since you may know better the history of this movie, do you know if Nolan wanted to cast someone else for the Joker before Heath Ledger?
I'm not entirely sure. Okay, but anyway, if there is one thing that I do like about this movie, is that I really like watching it for the action scenes.
Well, of course, it's Batman. You better have good action scenes. And while I do like the ones of Batman Begins, I will never deny that they are clumsily shot. These ones, on the other hand...
Oh, hi, Scarecrow.
Yeah, guys.
Scarecrow's kind of a joke in this one. He's barely in it.
He's Kevin both in this movie and the next one are just treated like, as him just say, I'm in the movie.
You know what's weird is they were kind of building up the fact that he had escaped at the end of Batman Begins, and yet here we are about to bring him in.
Yeah, why couldn't he, the main villain of Dark Knight Rises, again using fear and shit? Also, Batman using a gun.
I love how the Scarecrow instantly knows that it's not Batman.
Yeah,
because Batman's code.
Not using guns.
My God, this is so harsh in hindsight. Again, Dweebs, remember, this was part in UK, and in the UK, we have a guy dressing up as Batman chasing killer clowns. Although it's a good car.
The real Batman.
Which one of you fellas is the real Batman?
Gee,
I am.
Intimidate.
Yeah, and we
Batman
intimidate by
with-
blowing everything up.
Remember, Dwibs, non-lethal. He knows when they're not in there. Yeah, no, buddy. Yeah, that's another thing I like about this movie. While I will credit Batman Begins for having a sense of humor, I feel the sense of humor is best balanced in Dark Knight.
Really? No, I think there's more humor in Dark Knight Rises,
Okay.
honestly.
There
Dark Knight
was
takes itself really seriously like 95% of the time.
I should point out that there was a change in writing stuff. Okay, Goyer and Nolan did co-write the story for this one, but the actual script itself was written by Chris Nolan and his brother Jonathan Nolan, who would later go on to create shows such as Westworld and Person of Interest.
And again, as Joel probably pointed out in the first movie, Nolan's comedy relies more on physical and slapsticking rather than actual puns or jokes.
And Batman carefully judges the aim and
drops.
Wham!
Superhero landing, terrible on your knees.
Get it? Because he's a doctor.
I'm not wearing hockey shorts.
Pads.
Whatever. Wait, I thought he said hockey shorts.
He said hockey pads. But okay. Okay. If there's one thing that I think has gotten worse from the last movie is Batman's voice.
I get the feeling that they kind of caught on to it, and they decided to go all full force of it. Then again,
in the supposedly extremely serious crime drama, the guy who's supposedly the titular character has a voice that's so ridiculously hilarious that I think Satan sounds more subtle than this guy.
I'm not really fond of this particular design of a batsuit because
they change it later on.
I know, but look at that. The tissue of a cape blends terribly with the rest of the armor. So.
Oh yeah, I forget. Why do they change it later on? Oh wait, that's right. Never mind. I remember.
Things up. It's a staple of Batman's story. Batman starts with a costume and halfway through change into something more powerful. Every single time.
So now Bruce is in an apartment.
Yeah, because remember, Wayne Manor actually got destroyed.
Weird. Did they ever state how long this takes place after Batman Begins?
I'll check on Wikipedia. It's not quite known on here.
Okay. This has got to be an homage to the 60s show. I mean, come on. Something hidden literally in a trash bin.
But yeah, so basically, Bruce has his secret operations not in the Batcave, but in
this garage.
Yeah, I'll never get. Yeah, this is one thing I'll never get about this. It's like, well, why this place? I mean, sure, Wayne Manor is all gone and done for, but Batcave should be fine.
Well, that's the thing. He needs still to be somewhere, and at the same time have a base operation that actually close to where he lives.
And also remember, Jova, doing stuff in a cave is not realistic.
But he brings back the Batcave for Dark Knight Rises. Ooh.
Yeah, Nolan's kind of inconsistent.
Well, again. To be fair, I can get it, though. I mean, he has to live in a different home, so I guess he wants a base of operations closest to him. This is the thing Batman does. Sorry, that was a key dropping.
Jova, you need to capture a clef key,
Okay, and there's Harvey Dent, played by Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah.
Hey!
I think he did in the same year Thank You for Smoking, or was that later?
And also, Rachel Dawes is apparently a Time Lord, because now she's played by Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
Who is a much better actor than Katie Holmes, at least in regards to the role of Rachel.
I forgot, Dave. Can you check for me? Well, no, I'll check myself.
Yeah, Yo, what if he says it to him on his deathbed or something? As Bruce is dying, he says, "I told you so." And then he dies.
I think
Alright.
there's actually
Oh,
a
Thank You
what
for
if
Smoking
that
was
happened.
actually before this. It was in 2005/2006. But yeah, if you can also remember him from a disaster movie that I personally enjoy called The Core. Basically, Aaron Eckhart up until this point had mildly successful career, but I think this is the movie that kind of launched him.
Mind you, he was also in Thursday.
True. So yeah, for the three people who don't know, Harvey Dent is probably...
Also, hi, Eric Roberts.
Harvey Dent is
Basically,
probably one of
Eric
the best...
Roberts.
one at a time, dudes.
One of the best prosecutors of Gotham itself, and basically now he's rising up to basically doing legally what Batman is doing, basically put in jail all the mobsters of Gotham.
Like,
also,
seriously, they literally call him Gotham's own White Knight.
I was just going to say, Eric Roberts, if you're a sci-fi fan like me, or at least a Doctor Who fan, he played the Master in the TV movie.
Yeah.
So he's doing what he does best, being evil.
Yeah. How'd you get a gun in the...
Dwibs, 2 words. It's Gotham.
Yeah. It's not as bad as, say, Bloodhaven, but still.
How ironic is it that Nightwing actually took the one town that's worse than Gotham in spades?
Fucking Infinite Crisis, whatever, it's a topic for another day.
Yes.
Yeah, I know it's related to comic books, but this is a comic book movie where you have to change stuff around.
Not just that, it's stuff that's not even you don't even tend to bother it for this movie. Bloodhaven has always been complete with some complete set of stories, not related to Gotham. They have just similar themes.
So Gordon's still not a commissioner yet.
Nope. Don't worry though, he becomes a commissioner in this film.
His life still sucks, though.
Yeah.
Poor Jim.
Although, to be fair, it's better than the continuity where his son turned into a wannabe Joker.
True.
Stupid. But then again, that's another story.
And again, what Nolan tried to do with this version is that played also by the fact of Gary Oldman's appearance. I mean, in this case, Gordon is much more younger than its normal counterpart, so it makes sense for him to actually escalate the ranks of the police instead of starting as a commissioner.
Hi.
Oh my god, they mentioned MCU.
Yeah.
They do that a bit. In fact, I think that there's actually a DC movie that mentions with great power comes great responsibility. Was that the Green Lantern one?
I think so.
I don't really know.
So yeah, Harvey Dent has a plan to, purge Gotham from its disease.
I believe in Harvey Dent. That's what all the advertisements said.
Well, who wouldn't believe in this guy?
Okay. This was during the time where I wasn't in touch with cinema as I am now, and I could barely remember advertisements for this movie back when it was coming out.
I think this is back in the day when superhero films kind of had got their advertising mainly in America because, trying to revive superhero films in general.
The advertisement for the Nolan movies for my country came more in the form of posters, more like than trailers. I distinctly remember.
Of course, nowadays, at least Marvel films anyway, come out in the UK first.
Oh, goody, this guy.
The Chinese guy.
Mr. Lau. He is played by... Come on, that's... okay.
Oh, I love this part.
Too much work at night, Bruce.
Yeah, okay. That's another thing I appreciate. Yeah.
Wait. So Bruce Lee's relative Chin is in this movie.
Yes.
Another thing I appreciate about this movie is it plays down the whole Bruce acts like a complete jerk to, mask the fact that he's Batman.
Let me check what else.
Okay. There is one criticism that applies to this movie that people mention, and I'll ask you guys to see if you agree with it.
Oh, sorry,
despite the movie being called The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight himself isn't even in the movie all that much.
True.
Well, true. Fair point. Huh, how ironic. So this is like the other second Batman movie.
So, yeah, the actor who played Lau actually did a lot of stuff in this movie. He did 2012, Contagion, Captain America Winter Soldier, Independence Day Resourcing, and his schedules also for Ghost in the Shell.
So basically,
okay. Now they're talking about redesigning the Batsuit, more specifically being able to turn his head. So he won't end up like
it would be
George
like
Clooney.
watching a VR video game.
Oh, I get it. Maybe this is them taking the criticisms that fans had about it in the first movie.
Pity didn't improve his voice. In fact, they made it worse.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still fine with his voice in this movie, but by Dark Knight Rises, even I draw.
Can I just say something? Maybe the acting has improved, but I don't really like this new Rachel's face. She looks she kind of looks like a fish, if I had to be blunt.
Your face is your warrant.
What do you think, Milan? Milan is basically my sister's pet beta fish.
So why, is she developing the fish on a computer or something?
No. Beta fish is a Japanese fighting fish.
Right.
And he's a male.
Okay, I never got the deal with this blonde girl, honestly. I mean, it's like she's just there to...
High society lives.
And also to be the exposition machine. I mean, hell, look at poor Rachel. She's just sitting there doing nothing.
Well, to be fair, it's not like she's there for much in the movie, so yes, by all means.
Been, if I recall, not as much into the society. She was kind of like the plebeian who was friends with rich people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
To be fair, Dwibs, exposition is fine enough for the start of a superhero film.
And again, much like everything, exposition is a power. You just need to handle it in a good way.
Yes. Foreshadowing the whole, die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
With knowing where the movie is going, I can understand this scene. But honestly, at the beginning, it was like, oh, we're really introducing a triangle between Bruce, Harvey Dent, and Rachel. Really?
Yeah.
Seriously.
It's kind of a shame they didn't just stick with the continuity of Bruce and Harvey Dent being pals. I mean, I always liked that element of tragedy. Anyway, but basically, Bruce is going to help endorse Harvey Dent to, help out. He wants to see if he can trust him, though.
Oh boy, this is one of the things that everyone remembers. Basically, since the mobsters are scared as shit to operate at night, instead we're just meeting here trying to understand what the fuck to do. Completely with Chinese guy.
Also, wow, Lau is the head of the operation.
Also, you're in 2008 and you're still using one of those giant-ass, TVs.
Well, to be fair, it's not traceable like
sorry, Jova. One of these black guys is played by the actor who played Spawn in the Spawn movie.
Michael Jai White,
Yeah.
Wait, is he the guy who plays Gamble?
Yeah. Gamble,
Keen. Oh, goody. I have the perfect joke in mind.
That's why Doug referenced the fact that he's not liking clowns because I forget the penetrator in Spawn movie. John Leguizamo looked like a clown in that movie. So.
I already did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. Okay.
Gary Oldman's a dick to money.
Okay. That was creative, actually.
Ha 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 ha. Okay, is he doing that song? Ooh ee ooh ah ah.
Maybe. I'll admit, when I first saw the look of this Joker, I was perplexed, and not in the sense that I was scared of him. It just seemed,
Yikes.
Wow,
dang it, I always laugh at that scene.
But don't worry,
impressed.
guys. Hey, don't worry, guys. The guy's gained a new power. He will be known as Pencil Eye Man.
I'm pretty sure there's a villain in the Silver Age who's kind of like that.
Who has a pencil for an eye.
Trust me, Dweebs, there's a villain literally called Condiment King.
Oh, and don't even get me started on Snowflame. Dweebs, guess what?
There's a supervillain in DC universe who gains powers through cocaine.
Yep. What were your first thoughts on Heath Ledger, before you even saw the movie, like the look of the Joker?
I was mostly used at this point by the Joker of a cartoon, TV series. So, well, I honestly wasn't sure what to think. So I just tried to see where it was going. Especially because I wasn't really used to Jack Nicholson's Joker. I really didn't like him. No offense to Jack Nicholson, but I just think he wasn't suited for the Joker.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest, guys. I prefer Jack Nicholson to Heath Ledger.
Me too, but I'll explain that later.
One good thing, Dweebs, is that due to its nature itself, the Joker can be interpreted in all the ways you want, and it will still.
Except for All-Star Batman and Robin's interpretation. Leave it to Frank Miller to be the one person to get the Joker dead wrong.
Basically, the idea, Dweebs, is that almost all the way, and you will have a portion of public who will actually like it. That's the charm of the character, pretty much.
Uh-oh. Well, you came prepared.
Yeah, hey, wait a minute. Don't you have the power of the dead?
I gave up that life, and as long as I don't die again, I should be free of it.
I'm just glad you didn't bring the writer of that film with you. I mean, seriously? That guy wrote Ballistic? My God.
It was a dark time.
I'm not surprised.
Although I have learned a bit more of Ballistic's production issues, but I'll get to that when we do our eventual Squirm Generations commentary of that.
Also, another improvement is the visuals in this movie. I mean, they're still not quite as good as, the original Tim Burton Batman one, but my God, is there so much more variety in the areas we get to go, and the visuals that we get to see.
How cute. It's like having an appointment in the dark.
So, let's see. The Commissioner, the District Attorney, and Batman all meet up on the rooftop.
Guys, I'm sending one here,
No, Batman is probably enjoying it. It's like watching a very old couple.
If this is the best Gotham could come up with to protect itself, I hate to see the worst.
Don't worry, Brucey. You'll get to see that soon enough.
Later.
Yes.
That comes later. Okay, here's another thing I've got with this movie.
Good or bad?
In fact, all three. There doesn't really seem to be this movie it kind of feels like to me this movie was made up of subplots as opposed to having like one big one going all the way through.
How so with Dark Knight? I mean, there's pretty much the... Okay. There's the subplot about Bruce's employee possibly getting onto the fact that his boss...
but he dies just as soon as it grows up, no?
They kind of all feel like subplots.
To be fair to you, that actually does come back later, in the third act.
Yeah, true, but I don't know.
But yeah. I mean, I'm not really seeing the whole subplots thing with this movie. I mean, maybe with Batman Begins, but even still, like Tio said, normally when subplots were brought up, they were usually cut off quickly. However, with Dark Knight Rises, that one sort of has the thing of bringing back multiple plots. So,
and
okay,
also it's the fact that Nolan already designed it as the finale of the trilogy, so we needed to give closure to everything.
So here you go, folks. A Batman suit. That's a bit dangerous. But a Batman suit that's literally made out of hundreds of pieces.
Morgan Freeman seal of approval.
So yeah, while he's more flexible, knives and gunfire are a bit more of a problem this time to him.
Gunfire, maybe not so much, as long as they don't hit for the cracks.
Get it? Cats.
Again, one staple of Batman is that the mark on the
Also-
chest is always used as a trick because it's the more plated area because it attracts bullets.
Also, another thing this movie does is that kind of shot. You know, the shot that has the camera going all around them. I keep thinking to myself, did David Yates direct this scene?
Oh, that
No,
reminds
yeah,
me.
very Russian
That
shot.
reminds me. At some point, we've got to look at that Gotham animated movie. You know, the one that is like 3 small stories that's apparently in continuity of this universe.
See, it is another thing. I mean, it went from, you know, the IMAX showing of the boat, and now it's the same scene in the same area. Now it's back to 16:9.
Is it because you're looking at the Blu-ray edition? Because I've never had my DVD do that.
Whee!
Might be I don't know. I don't know who's the fault here. The people encoding the Blu-ray or the original film itself? I'm not really sure. But here's my thing. I mean, if you're gonna, I never really liked the whole switching back and forth between one and the other. If you're gonna film a movie, do it all in one format, or just or if you're gonna do it with both formats.
Oh wait, hold on.
Have it spaced out a bit. Surprise!
He's not dead. Well, crap! I'm about to die again, aren't I?
Don't worry, I'll come back to life as a superhero.
God,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to
have fun. You're not
again.
getting even a reboot. That's how sad the state of a franchise is.
Abusive father, got it.
Well, which it may or may not be true. Again, consider we're not following the Killing Joke formula. Any origin story could be true in this case. Especially because one thing that I noticed is that while later the Joker grew his weird affection to Batman's character itself, he's not really, his intent is not at all really, you know, going after Batman like his normal counterpart or others did. He thinks
surprisingly,
more about himself.
Yeah, surprisingly though, here he figures, the best way to start that off is with killing Batman.
And Michael Jai White's dead.
Oh,
and
well.
Unfortunately, he's in the wrong franchise, so he won't be coming back to life as
Rest
Spawn.
in pepperoni.
So yeah, now the Joker's pretty much taken over the whole operation.
These guys are such in good hands.
Oh, goody, tryouts.
Yeah, basically, they have to. It's like survival of the fittest.
Yeah, survival of the fittest.
I wanted to see that, but now we cut to China.
Oh, hi, Canon.
Yeah, really.
Canon.
Over in Hong Kong,
the
of
Canon,
course.
you can be the Batman.
Yeah, basically, Bruce sent Mr. Fox there to tell Mr. Lau that deal they were making earlier on is now going to be ixnayed, but Mr. Lau conveniently isn't there.
Oh.
Yep.
I'd have loved it if he was hiding another mobile in his secret pocket or something. Oh, no, now he's saying Mr. Lau.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, you don't want to know how Chinese tea tastes.
Then what was... Yeah.
You were right, Glibs. He had a second hidden one.
You cannot outsmart Morgan Freeman, sorry.
Unless you're in Dreamcatcher.
Oh, god damn it.
Yes. Well, I never thought I'd finally find a Morgan Freeman role that ended up sucking in the end, but god dang.
Joker, I don't think you'd like Ben-Hur all that much.
The better character.
I
sorry, you don't need it. Yeah, I have mine.
Honestly, Joker, I don't think you'd like the recent Ben-Hur film all that much.
Well, even in Ben-Hur, though, at the very least, Morgan Freeman... Wait, does he get fooled in that one, too?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm remembering. And, wait, are they still in China, or...?
Yeah, no, they're still in China, because the other phone has been implanted now, in this case, and will function for the later operation.
Mm.
There we go. Complete planimetry.
Submarine, yeah.
You know, as far as heists / superhero catching of the criminals go, I actually do like this segment in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And now
Especially
we have,
since this does at least tie into the main plot, so it's not pointless either.
China at night. Okay, I'll just get my general thoughts on this movie, a condensed version of it out the way. I don't really care much for the story or stories in this movie, but I do enjoy the action scenes, and there are plenty of them to enjoy. So on that count, I think it's decent enough. It's not, I don't think it's the best Batman film that a lot of people say it is, but action-wise, I can enjoy it.
Jova?
So, what do you consider the best Batman film?
Mask
Well,
of the
okay.
Phantasm.
Oh, well, I was thinking, live action-wise, aside from that.
89.
I have a soft spot for Batman Returns, but I know too that it's, it has a fuck ton of problems.
I love Batman Returns, but like Batman Triumphant, although albeit unlike Batman Triumphant it came out, Batman Returns could have been so much better. I mean, seriously, originally it was just going to be a simple Batman story about the Penguin and Catwoman trying to search for a treasure, which they actually adapted into an episode of The Batman. But instead, Burton had to turn it into a way grimdark thing, which couldn't decide whether or not it wanted us to feel sorry for certain villains.
And where Batman kills someone by stuffing a bomb in his pants.
And god dang was the...
You're really flying! This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
Chong ching chong ching chong.
This just goes to show, no matter where you go, no matter where you hide, Batman will find you. Yeah. Okay,
well,
and also the product...
Technically, Joker he knew that this was gonna happen, so...
Yeah.
Whee!
Punch, whack. So yeah, the camera isn't constantly cutting around or shaking all over the place this time.
Thank goodness, I guess.
Freeze! You're under arrest, asshole.
No, the communists will never win against Batman.
But again, they said that they won't extradite. China doesn't extradite its criminals.
Hell, not even in Superman Red Son the communism wins against Batman.
Yeah.
So how are they going to get Lau to face justice in Gotham?
Well,
let's just say that Batman has, one of his plans.
Here's the thing, Dwibs. Extradition laws only have to do with arresting someone. There's no rule against, say, a vigilante just happening to take away said person and drop them off at the nearest police station within America where they can then be arrested.
And, okay, parachuting.
It's a Fulton recovery device.
Later.
You could just shoot me, you know.
Nope, because then they would risk shooting Lau.
Yeah.
Well, shoot Lau in
them.
Just shoot Lau in the...
Okay.
Suckers.
Wow, the protagonist of Just Cause would be proud.
No, Tia, say it in your best Christian Bale Batman voice.
Suckers.
Oh, can't you see? I'm Batman.
So yeah, very good. Chinese package, right at clock.
Please deliver to Lieutenant Gordon.
I gotta love
Gordon's like, what the fuck?
Perfectly legal, though. They can arrest him when he's in their country.
Okay, I'm just gonna get myself a. I'm gonna go to my mini bar and get a quick can.
Sure.
And just like the Joker predicted, Lau is willing to talk. Ha! What a cheap suit.
Well, that's kind of like what it is.
All right. I've got my got a good can of cider here. But you won't be seeing drunk Dwibs though, because
Well, honestly, this movie doesn't require you to be drunk.
Indeed.
It'll just be like a nice little sip every so often. I'll just move my mic a little closer, but I won't hold it because I don't want to spill the drink on it.
Okay. Yeah, well, that's for them to know and for me to find out while I am enjoying a much reduced sentence.
You know, before I knew a bit more about the lore and the stuff about the Batman franchise, I thought I thought Arkham was just like the regular prison they go to.
Yeah, well, then
that
again, I can't blame you
again,
because
though,
a lot of continuities tend to do that.
Yeah. Usually the official jail is Blackgate, technically, but a lot of continuities just ignore it and go straight to Arkham.
And here's a real weird thing, though. Why is does this movie even mention Arkham? Because from what I can recall, this movie never shows Arkham. And
well, it
this
did
is
in
the
first movie, but
oh yes, it does in the first movie and the third movie.
so there you go. This leads to a mass arrest of almost all the mobsters of Gotham.
Oh, by the way, Dwibs,
yeah.
Oops.
By the way, Dwibs, you know the woman who's on the police force? That's Renee Montoya.
Yeah.
Montoya.
One at a time.
Okay, that's actually funny. Basically, you don't need to know because it's just a nice cameo for comic book fans. Basically, in the comics, she's a supporting character called The Question.
Right.
But again, you don't need to know, so don't worry. What is holding? Like, is that one of the things that you use to chop cigars?
I think that may be.
Who plays the mayor?
Forgot. Let me check.
Mayor.
You're referencing MLP, I see.
Okay, it's Nestor Carbonell.
No, never heard of it.
Yeah, half of Nolan's cast are well-known people, but the other half are like unknowns.
To be fair, Dribs, that's how new actors are discovered.
Fuck! Jesus, fuck. Every time.
Well, just when things were going so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing this movie does tackle well: the Joker's balance of fear, terror, and a sick sense of humor. Will the real Batman please stand by?
Please stand up, it says.
Yeah.
Why are you showing that on public TV at this time of day?
GCN. Totally not CNN.
It's breaking news. Is Batman really dead?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, right. The footage.
I do kind of feel sorry for the guy in his death, admittedly. I mean, yeah, he was an idiot, but he was trying to follow the role model of the guy who did
it's also interesting because Nolan tackles with this one of the things that not a lot of stories actually tackle. The fact that someone tries to actually emulate the Batman to a fanboy level.
Mm-hmm.
Although it doesn't go very much because this is pretty much the last we see of it since the Joker eliminates all the fanboys.
Yeah. There was a video game that did something like that.
Gotham City imposters. That's a garbage thing. Funny.
And Brian, yeah. So now we're at the party, I believe.
Oh, goody. I love the scenes coming up as well.
Okay.
So yeah, Aaron, tell us with the time you saved the Earth by going to the center with a giant penis.
Hey, Aaron,
Well,
tell me about the time when you, by the way, Aaron, could you tell me about the lambs, please?
Well, it's better than the time I was Frankenstein, that's for sure.
Frankenstein?
Sorry?
You were Frankenstein?
I Frankenstein.
Yeah. That 2014 or 15 movie, I forgot.
I think it was 14.
Again, the careers had a bit more hiccups, but Aaron Eckhart actually, again, propelled after this movie. He did the Olympus Has Fallen movies so far.
Well, Olympus Has Fallen, London Has Fallen, he's in the upcoming third one.
Oh, I love that line. Where is Harvey Dent? That's going to be a wonder.
Yeah, where's Rachel Dawes? None of you look like Katie Holmes.
You know, Bruce, you can make for a great campaign manager.
Yeah. I mean, hell, if Bruce Wayne were in charge of Hillary Clinton's campaign, I wonder how that would have gone.
Much better than it's going right now.
Jesus.
It's the problem with her campaign is that she doesn't really have much of one.
No,
her issue is that...
It's a topic for another day, I guess, but the gist of it is that her strength point is the fact that her rival is a complete doofus who have even less of a plan than her.
I'll sum it up like this. She would be doing so much better if she acted more charismatic and not nearly so gosh dang complacent.
Maybe she could have asked her husband for advice.
I'm actually really bored for your country job, honestly, whatever the outcome may be.
Well, if the outcome's Hillary, we have a shot. If it's Trump, well, God help us.
Let's check the stock phase from Hollywood's movie. Let's check the channel. There you go. May God help us all.
Again, I am convinced that Mia Fey planned her death just so that she wouldn't have to go through with this stupid election in 2016.
But
anyway, back to this.
So Batman's decided. So Bruce has decided he's going to scale back or quit being Batman
because Harvey's doing a fine job with it. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a thing how people blame Batman about villains killing people. Only no one ever thinks to blame maybe Arkham Asylum for letting them get out or the justice system for going so easy on them.
I was going to say the Justice League.
Oh, God.
Well, that's the thing, Dweebs. If this was the standard DC universe, the Joker will be the last of the problems.
Got that right.
But okay, basically...
there's this sort of implied... Oh, go ahead, Dweebs. I'll tell later.
So basically now the Joker is starting to enact his big master plan now.
Since he's probably going to get hired.
Yeah, the judge from earlier, the one we're seeing now on screen, the one getting into the car, and the Commissioner Loeb. They're in danger.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, it's just some wannabe clown called the Joker, who at this point no one cares about.
I'm gonna drink them away.
Typical.
What it is?
Basically, he said, he's gonna drink his problems away.
No. You know, I was trying to recognize what the bottle was like, what liquor mark.
Alcohol.
Okay, so this is telling her where she's going.
Yeah, I'm surprised Jim doesn't suspect anything for this.
Well, he doesn't have all the clues necessary yet.
Unless it's it's irony time.
No.
I'm trying to fight back my usual instincts to be the one of the romance for the hero. Uh-oh.
Well, fuck. Use that face.
Please come with me, Harvey Dent.
The fuck?
Okay, here's where you're going.
Up.
Up. No.
Oh, it's a nice movie, but, well, I don't think you should be taking it that literally.
Well, she's moving on
real
up
class.
Hey, guys, I guess she's moving on up in the world.
Moving on up. Oh, crap.
And here we go.
And now it's his turn to make an entrance.
And again, the
Whoa, killer entertainment.
If I recall correctly, Dweebs, wasn't Heath Ledger most part of Heath Ledger's performance improvised?
Yes. I should probably get some backstory. Basically, for a great deal portion of time, Heath Ledger spent time in his trailer apartment reading almost every incarnation of the Joker there was, and crafted a performance out of all of them, to the point where he even pays homage to the 60s Batman Joker with a laugh. Oh, Cesar Romero would be proud. Or is proud. Yeah.
I think Cesar Romero, was he alive during this point? I think he's...
You know what I mean, Dwibs. He probably is proud of Heath because, you know...
Yeah.
I also love how Bruce Wayne just passed by this couple who was just fornicating.
As TV tropes would call it, this film had a problem of all for existence failure before it came out. As in, basically, Joker, all for existence failure is a trope, is a TV trope where someone involved in the production has died.
Oh, that, yeah. Also,
Cesar Romero died in 1994, so he didn't get to see this Joker, unfortunately.
Oh, I know that. I thought you were referring to Heath Ledger himself.
No. I don't really know. But wow, again, David Yates directing now. It's still got the spinny shots.
It works, though. Also, do not remind the Joker of his father, or you will regret it. And don't remind him of his wife, or his kids, or anything. Whether or not they actually exist. Yeah, his reasons for scars tend to change on a whim, don't they? Again, though, this is them going with the mythos of the Joker being an enigmatic figure.
Yeah. And in this continuity in particular, it just spontaneously came out of nowhere. It was like that for decades in the comics too, but the Killing Joke provided the answer that everyone was thinking, which tied nicely together both the modern age and the Silver Age. So. And
I do like the idea of his name being Jack Napier. It's a perfect setup for the Joker. Oh.
Well, zoiks.
Oh God. Don't, please, Batman, don't tempt the shippers. But yes, here he is in his new costume, which, well, now that we can see clearly, looks much better.
Yeah.
Well, the cape's a bit smaller this time, so he can move about a bit. It's like cool.
Well, fuck.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I do love that line, though. It's like, seriously, when will heroes learn never to say let them go in those sort of situations? Also, my one issue here is that after this, the scene's kind of gonna end.
Yeah.
And also it ends in a kind of dumb way.
Dude.
Oh, no, this is fine, but, you know, how it should have ended actually poked fun of this, saying, so you're gonna go upstairs? Huh?
Yeah, but for all we know, Joker's still in there, and he's probably killed all the party members.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Alfred!
I mean, we never know. It just ends.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the guy Gordon's talking to. That's Keith Shabaraka. I don't know how to say his last name. He plays, I think he plays Biggs in LA Noire.
Keith Sgarava, you mean?
Keith
I'll check.
Also, that was clever,
I
Kevlar.
think I already heard that name. Let me check.
I think he was also in the Dissidia. I think he also played Gilgamesh in one of the
he's the
Dissidia.
substitute of Gilgamesh when John DiMaggio is not around.
Oh, goody, here comes the speech, I believe.
I don't know, Batman. I think the criminals you had to face in the last movie were a bit complicated.
Did they? Okay.
No, that's the thing, Dweebs.
That's a good point.
He was just reusing one of the quotes of Ra's al Ghul from the first movie, but Alfred, as he about to say, demonstrates that that's generalizing.
Yeah, Joker is a way different case.
Anyway, might as well talk about this. Was earlier, Dweebs. There's a special unwritten rule in the DC universe, where the fact that if heroes like Superman, Wonder Woman, or Green Lantern actually intervened in Gotham, they will clean the place in like 5 minutes. Because honestly, Batman's villains are not about superpowers on a technical level. They're just
plus,
powered up monsters.
Plus, ATO, that could be when we get to playing World of Final Fantasy, you'll be hearing Keith Sachara Bajak.
I already heard him in the Seated Odysseum, and I honestly didn't like his performance. I prefer much better John DiMaggio. Sorry for the guy.
Was he unavailable or something at the time?
I think he wasn't available. He's a bit better as Gilgamesh in Type 0, because he reprised the role better, but that's a topic for another day. But yeah, basically, so the thing is, Dweebs, even in the comics, Gotham has to remain this place where only Batman works, because it doesn't work with the rest of the DC universe. Because the DC universe still has to treat also cosmic entities on a daily basis.
So basically, Batman intercepted a call suggesting that Joker killed Harvey Dent.
But I think Batman does more detective work here than he did in Batman Begins.
True.
Oh, absolutely.
But it's like Doug said, the mystery here is relatively moot.
I forget, though. What was the punchline with the two people Joker killed there? One of them is named Dent.
All right, guys, I'm going to BRB for a bit. And
Sure.
Go ahead.
Totally non-lethal.
What he's doing here. Uh-oh. For a good thing. Yeah, that is a bit extravagant, even for a Playboy millionaire's taste.
Still, you're just a fucking employee. As Morgan Freeman is about to say, mind your fucking place.
You better be ready to put your money where your mouth is, buddy boy.
Yeah.
So, did they just do the scene where the guy realizes how dumb Bruce Wayne?
Yeah.
Okay. I was just thinking earlier while I was at the toilet. I think I know the reason why, or one reason why Warner Brothers are going ahead with this DC Extended Universe.
Aside from the fact that they need to get in competition with Marvel as soon as possible.
That, and in case they have a lousy year like 2015 was for them, then yeah, because 2015, most of the big bombs that year were from Warner Brothers: Jupiter Ascending, The Man from U.N.C.L.E., Pan.
So how does having a cinematic universe help? Oh, they make money. Well, even still, though.
And considering two of their big bombs were like cost like well into the $100 million mark, Jupiter Ascending and Pan.
So basically, Commissioner Loeb is getting the proper funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and now this means
Loeb, was he in the first movie?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
What? What was that, Alfred? I can't hear you.
Wee.
Listen to this, I do make a voice.
Bagpipe.
Sorry, I should have done that in Christian Bale's American voice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well.
So yeah, as you can imagine, the tension is up the roof, almost literally.
But I just don't understand, though, guys. How did Biggs manage to stay that young from the 1940s until 2008?
It's simple, Dwibs. A video game potion.
Yeah.
Of course. Well, this film came out in 2008, and El Noir was a 2011 game. Ha, get it? Windows.
I forget. Is that guy supposed to play like Harvey Bullock or something?
No. He's playing Gordon's right-hand man in this film.
Yeah.
That's usually Bullock, but I guess he's an XB.
Let me check his character name. Okay. 2008. Stevens.
Okay, XB. Oh, crap.
Well,
oh dear. Okay, there is one thing that seems a bit odd to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll bring it up when it comes up.
This presents a problem.
Yep. Pew pew pew.
Oh.
Yeah, how did they let the Joker in there? I mean, you could maybe
but you notice the scars.
Yeah, you think they didn't notice the scars?
Well, fuck.
I'm guessing probably because they were up front, and the up front ones were the ones who had stolen the uniforms.
So when Gotham isn't in danger because of the criminals overrunning the place, they're in danger because of their own idiocy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You have to understand, Reeves, the police of Gotham is either stupidly corrupt or just stupid. Aside from
if only Cole was here.
Yeah, they're only competent when Jim's in charge, really.
And he's not in charge. Well, he's going to be in charge in a bit.
No, he can't really because he may be dead. Uh-oh.
Officer Rachel Dawes. Wow, Rachel, your sex change went rather well.
Basically, it's the Joker
Aaron,
in that
get the fuck
Rachel's
out of
next.
here. No. Be like an idiot. Hi, not Barbara.
Who are you two again?
Jim's wife and son.
Okay, I won't make LA Noir jokes all the time, but that's the role I recognize that guy from.
Yep. Oh. Then again, it kind of doesn't surprise me he doesn't want to talk to them as much because, well...
Okay, here's another scene that's a little bit dumb. Okay, so Batman is coming, and this guy makes no attempt whatsoever to run away.
He knows Batman's coming.
Yeah,
he actually wants to get caught.
He knows he cannot outmatch him.
But at least try to escape.
No!
At this point, he probably knows resistance is futile, you know. He doesn't
want his
bones broken anyway.
And besides this, he wants to get caught. Why bother running away?
To at least make it look like he's putting up somewhat of a resistance.
Like Batman wouldn't see through that?
Well, so far in this trilogy, Batman's detectiving skills are a bit on and off. I mean, he's remembered he's supposed to be a detective in this one.
To be fair, it doesn't so much have to do with being a detective so much as it has to do just reading the person. Yep. Basically, Rachel is the next target. Again, Joker swore that he would keep killing people until Batman revealed who he was.
Also, the Biggs was also in Argo.
Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Yeah.
Well, he won't be walking again.
Yeah.
Oh no, he'll walk, but with a cane.
Just no.
I'm sorry, Trevor, but I can't take his voice seriously.
No, at all.
And it gets even worse.
It
gets even worse in the next movie, like you said.
I mean,
But,
again,
yeah.
one of the things that compliment Batman with Superman is that one of the first scene they've shown us of Batman is that they found a way to mask the voice in a credible way.
Yeah.
Plus in a way that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, the voice distorter. Whoa.
Harvey done serious.
Yeah. But yeah, Harvey. Also, yeah, Harvey's got a bit of a personality problem.
Yeah, he's like that in almost all continuity. So don't mind Dweebs. They didn't change anything.
Yeah. Although I don't think he has multiple personality disorder in this one, does he?
No, he's just no, he doesn't have personality disorder. He's just really stressed and he's really faithful to the coin that his father gave to him.
Yeah, he did have multiple personality disorder in other continuities,
like the
even
TV,
before.
like the cartoon TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on, wait a minute. Isn't part of Two-Face's character is that he always obeys what the coin says?
He's not Two-Face.
He's not Two-Face yet.
But he keeps tossing it over and over.
What? That's a thing people do.
That's also what demonstrates the hypocrisy of the character itself.
Yeah.
I never got that. I think Batman Forever had that kind of problem as well, didn't it?
No. Batman Forever stuck to it because we'll see. Oh wait, hold on. Have they? Oh wait, no, they haven't showed it yet. You'll see. There's something that shows how he is like as Harvey Dent in this movie. But yeah, Batman Forever pretty much did the whole he sticks to the coin thing. He's just constantly flipping it though because well, that's the thing he does often. You know, to look cool and all.
Batman, I'm not quite sure the deaths in this movie were all your fault.
I'll just say he's a superhero, so that's
part
of the
course.
course.
But again, why is he blaming himself? It's not his fault criminals were killing people before he became Batman.
Yeah.
I get the feeling that he's not blaming... Okay, actually, he probably is blaming himself. But, you know, at some point, you gotta realize that you can't prevent this stuff. In fact, one of my favorite episodes of the animated series was a lawyer actually proving that a lot of these villains, while maybe not superpowered, still would be villains. And heck, some of them probably would have become supervillains even without Batman.
Yeah.
It's just lucky that he happened to be Batman when they became supervillains. Now, possibly a more credible means of blaming oneself would be Captain America in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, because a lot of the villains come out of them trying to replicate that.
Captain America in the Ultimate Universe is one of the biggest mistake Marvel made.
Oh, I know.
Hail Hydra.
No, that's the normal continuity.
No, that's the mainline one, Twins.
In the Ultimates, he was stupid from the start. Do you know the famous line of Captain America telling, "Does that A on my foreknail means France?" That's come from that.
That was stupid. Anyway, but yeah, Bruce is thinking about giving himself up as Batman.
Wow, Master Bruce. We move headquarters more often than
the Avengers, Alfred.
Yeah, that.
Well, it's all part of the job,
I just wish it weren't, but whatever.
Well, I wish it were like that too, Alfred. But for reasons that are beyond me, we must.
Let me guess. It's in the script.
Shut up. Ha! That would be funny.
Okay, Harvey Dent conference time.
Oh, yes. No, we shouldn't.
Nope.
Yeah, okay, the gray area, of course. Should we trust a vigilante to bring in criminals? Is it Hippocratic? So, oh man, what this would have been for a Darkest Night tie-in.
Yeah. The fuck?
Plot. Could you imagine if Bruce decided to say
Batman. They like Tony Stark at the end of the first Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
Funny, this came out the same year.
Yeah. 2008, yeah. What? So
Harvey Dent said he was Batman.
But he doesn't match the physique of any description, though.
To be fair, Batman wears body armor, so they can't be sure.
Odd.
Fud.
No. By the way, Miss Dawes, how was that plastic surgery?
Oh, it was nice. A bit painful, but nice. And my acting improved from it too.
Such a pity I'm going to last very long.
What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Thanks. I think I need a comforting hug after that for some reason.
If there's any consolation, how's your brother doing?
Which one?
Jake.
Oh, he's fine.
I'm Jake, and I'm fine.
My name is Harvey Dent, and I'm fine. Oh, wait. Oh, I mean to say, my name is Harvey Dent, and I'm Batman.
Sure.
Okay, is this the car chase coming up?
Basically, he's being taken into police custody to keep himself safe.
Alright. Wait now. Way to burn the first base, buddy.
Don't. No, of course, because both sides are with the head. Oh, Harvey, you magnificent.
Cheater. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. My favorite action scenes in Nolan films have always been the car chase.
Yeah.
Or at least the Nolan Batman movies. I don't know if I can't remember if he did that in Inception or not.
I will say this, though. The fact that both of his sides were heads does show that he wasn't really going to try and, go through with killing the guy. So that's a plus.
Mm-hmm.
What if he tried to do an honest coin toss, but he tossed the wrong coin by mistake?
Well, crap. Oh, God. It's a totally non-suspicious detour of a flaming truck.
What should we do?
Well,
Should we abort the operation, sir?
Nah,
Well,
let's
no.
move with a purpose.
Oh, look, a fire hydrant. Oh, look, a fire truck's on fire.
That's
Sir,
not suspicious at all.
Sir, why do I get the feeling that's a bad joke? And considering how this guy is called the Joker, ah!
Death by a trash truck.
What the fuck you doing, man?
Next you're gonna tell me Danny DeVito will show up telling he's a trash man.
God. Garbage day! You don't say. Yeah, I think, this is my favorite scene in the movie, too.
Splash.
It's a gun truck!
But Jover, I don't see any souls coming out of it.
It's the older gun truck.
Pew pew pew.
Sir, these
vehicles should be bulletproof, and was using a semi-automatic.
Yeah.
It
Well,
doesn't do that.
These trucks aren't very good at being bulletproof.
Well, to be fair, they are being bulletproof, and even the guys say that they're going to need something stronger than that to actually pierce it.
Why, they're not rocket proof?
Well, yeah, a rocket usually is anti-vehicle.
Actually, nope, just umbrellas. Loads of umbrellas.
I didn't sign up for this cliche. Nope.
Explosive umbrellas. No, and you really missed the opportunity with Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
But here comes the bat.
Oh yeah, to save the day.
Mind you, won't this kind of give away the lie?
To be fair, it could easily just be more than two people being this Batman.
That'd be something, yeah. Plot twist. There are secretly two Batmen.
Wouldn't be the first time. Have you read Batman Incorporated?
Yeah.
No.
Where Batman literally franchises the Batman name so that anyone around the world can be a Batman.
It's a business, dweebs.
Batman Inc.
Yeah, there's even an African Batman now, thanks to it.
And
woohoo!
Here we go.
Nice save.
Why did his car have to fly?
Well, sir, he is a bat, so it makes sense.
But he doesn't even fly. Or
well,
does he?
actually,
I don't know.
He does fly sometimes, sir.
Ugh, this Batman is horribly inconsistent.
Well, that's kind of the shtick with being in a comic. And, sir, no, pardon me, but aren't you the last person to complain about inconsistency?
But seriously, the guys making this always brag about how realistic it is, and yet we have a guy who can fly.
Well,
sometimes.
It's falling with style, he calls it. Anyway, awesome
Really?
chase.
Really? He calls it that? I can't even understand the guy. All I hear him say is, "It is what it is, though."
Oh, goody. Damage catastrophic. Exit sequence initiated.
Here we go.
Thank goodness that.
Yeah, go on.
Thank goodness that tire didn't get burst.
Yeah.
I gotta take this to the mechanic.
Yes, you will.
Whee!
Or you could just blow it up.
Well, at least no one will be able to try and salvage it, particularly a bad guy.
And there's that theme everyone remembers from Dark Knight.
You know, I hope you guys appreciate this. They had to close down bits of Chicago for 3 weeks.
Yeah. But it was worth it, dang it!
Hashtag worth it.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Hey, Batman, I thought you were all no-kill.
I am. That's why I'm going out of my way to maneuver through
just
traffic.
like the douche is anti-terrorism. Funny.
Wow, our finger guns are awesome.
You'll be great for guards in the Yu-Gi-Oh series.
or the cut version of E.T.
Wow, Joker just pulled a Spider-Man with that helicopter there. Only instead of a web that's relatively harmless, it was a razor-sharp wire.
And it explodes.
So wait a minute. A bullet can hit this and make a dent in it. But a helicopter hits it and it's fine?
Well, to be fair, the helicopter got sliced and diced. Anyway, pardon me. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. I need to pick up some milk. Ooh, that's my new suit I need to get later.
Mr. Batman, your order's still here.
Pick it up and give it to a British man who I don't know, but I've heard from this Mr. Wayne fellow.
But you have the same height. Oh, forget it.
Well, actually, there was a funny one where they actually showed that even Dick could disguise himself as Bruce by using stilts.
True.
What the heck is he even planning? Well, crud, I think I'm actually on the receiving end of a
Do a
joke for
barrel
once.
roll or front flip. What the fuck?
Oh, not my best day. Oh, yes, that's gonna make a few more scars.
Yeah.
Damn it, my leg's gone. Oh wait, no, I'm fine.
You know, there's actually a funny how it should have ended segment where, well, I'll actually talk about it later when the scene becomes relevant. You know, that you maybe could have hit him with a mitigated blow, and that could have just broken every bone in his body. Yeah,
okay, guys, I got it. Headcanon. We're in Chicago at the moment. Yeah, I know. People, it's quote unquote Gotham, but I'm sorry, it's just like Chicago to me. But anyway, I got it. Plot twist. Yeah, it's like the Nostalgia Critic did in his Jupiter Ascending review. Secretly, this scene and the action scene flying through Chicago and Jupiter Ascending are taking place at the same time.
Well, fuck.
See, it was all a well-constructed ploy to lure the Joker out.
To be arrested by Gordon, who survived because...
Well, to be he faked his death.
But how did he survive?
Probably he was probably wearing body armor, or it wasn't a fatal shot. Aww. Yes, he did. You know, I kind of have to say, if this were where the movie ended, I'd kind of be okay with that. Since this kind of feels like that.
It's also almost at the 90-minute mark, so it would have been...
Yeah, that's kind of the problem, though. The movie doesn't quite... The movie technically ends 3 times.
I will, yeah, and I will.
It suffers from a bit of ending fatigue.
And I will say, out of the endings, this would have been my most preferred one because it's a nice definitive win against the Joker, who could.
But the actual ending we get is.
We'll get to that when we get to that. For now, though, let's enjoy this victory over Mr. J.
I mean, it's not like he actually planned this and he's trying to do his next move in some, weird as fuck gambit.
I will give Joker credit this. He's like one of the few Batman villains who's actually found ways to go toe-to-toe with other superheroes like Superman and Wonder Woman.
And not necessarily in a, physical way.
Yeah, sometimes physical, but that's a rarity.
That's the thing.
Mainly in
that's the thing. The consistent thing is that the Joker has always been this slim figure who cannot actually put up a decent fight to save his life.
Well, there are some continuities.
No, Injustice, for example, finds a way to justify his presence, so...
Not just that, but there's also the missions in Arkham Asylum where you play as him and he does a crazy
Yeah, but that's the thing. Instead of going toe-to-toe, he actually relies on tricks and gadgets.
Well, he...
Kind of like Batman.
He kind of does. Okay. He kind of does do a bit of toe-to-toe fighting, when the missions replay as him, which kind of makes me think it was such a missed opportunity to do a proper one-on-one boss fight with him in one of the Arkham games. Not to say I don't love his boss fight in Arkham City.
You do it in Arkham City, but it's not that much of a deal.
Yeah. It's like I said, I would have loved to see him do it with his play style from the Arkham Asylum Joker missions.
Okay, so Jim is reunited with his family, but of course he can't.
Yeah. Oh, there's also the continuity called The Batman, where he's a kung fu fighting guy. That was nice. This scene.
Commissioner, I know I like the darkness too, but I'm not Bane. Could you please turn the light on?
Well, that would ruin the scene of suspense now, wouldn't it?
But Harvey's gone missing.
Oh, yeah! You know what's funny? A College Humor parodied this scene, and well, actually, I'll get to it when the real stuff goes down. But yeah, how could I possibly know what they are? I've been in here all this time.
Jimmy's clearly not buying this shit.
I'll admit, Joker's one of the few people who's actually smart enough to occasionally outsmart Batman.
Well, that's the thing. Batman's primal tactic is fear, and that thing is Joker is batshit insane, so he doesn't fear anything.
Well, he does have some fears, but they're kind of egomaniac.
Well, the more fear that is been established, which is more poetic way, is the mutual fear of the rivalry between Batman and Joker of being alone and losing the other.
Yeah, although Joker does also have fears of other people taking out Batman before him, and in some cases where he does want to kill Batman, he also has the fear of getting bored. Yeah. Now, College Humor parodied the scene where basically the police force were so inept that they got the Joker mixed up with a clown who got arrested for drunk and disorderly behavior at a kid's birthday party.
Okay.
So, basically,
I love how College Humor did like a 60s Batman take on this movie. Basically,
I so want that movie to actually be a thing.
Yeah. Where's that? Pow! You're just a freak like me. Oh, pow!
But yeah, basically in the College Humor parody, the clown who got arrested for drunk and disorderly gets the same treatment that Joker does here, whereas Joker just ends up in the Gotham PD.
I can imagine in some of Looper, Christian Bale started laughing his ass off to his performance. You can see that he kind of cracks here.
Yeah. It's kind of fitting since there was once a joke that Joker told that was so apparently funny that even Batman laughed to it.
Yeah.
So it's another TV trope, actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Again, despite how spooky he's going for, Heath Ledger does get to be genuinely funny.
Just using black comedy instead of more traditional kid-friendly humor.
Now, here's what I don't get.
It's rated 12 here, so I guess they could get away with that more.
Now, here's what I don't get. Why don't they wipe off his face makeup?
Because he's scarier. Oh.
Here we go.
Ow.
No, I can't do that until 2015 or 16.
Yeah, 16 actually.
Yeah, but joke's on you. That won't even be me. That'll sadly have to be Ben Affleck. And you'll be played by Jared Leto.
Oh my god, that guy made me boring as hell.
Yes, and they'll blame it on the cutscenes, which we may or may not get to see in an extended version.
Well, I guess we'll find out for ourselves.
Indeed.
Anyway,
now, where are they? So there you go, folks. In the first movie, it was so there you go, folks. In the first movie was where were the other drugs going? And now the question is, where are they?
Where are they?
I forget if this is at the point where Joker decides that, you know, instead of just trying to kill Batman, he's gonna have more fun with him because...
Yeah, this is the part, because up until this point, he was just, you know, going after him, of course, but in a more traditional way, by taking control of the mobs and everything. Now he's just more personal because he sees him face to face and has an understanding of how psychology works.
I will admit, I do like the overall relationship that Joker has with Batman, but I do also occasionally like a few times in a row where they just make Joker just straight up want to kill Batman in some cases. Either one works.
It did, well, there's a comic strip made by, keep forgetting the name, Stepan Stevjak.
Okay, so it's a race against time, pretty much. They have to try and they're going to try and save both Harvey and Rachel.
Yeah, and basically this guy called Stepan Stevjak, whatever. Basically one of the guys who work on Witchblade, and he made a lot of humorous one shots about all things, including Final Fantasy. But he made one about Batman. In this case, kind of deconstructing the ideas behind the comic books.
So they trusted keeping the Joker secure to Biggs.
Well, to be fair, the Joker's just one man. So long as Biggs doesn't do anything stupid, they should have him. And hey, Joker's just a frail, skinny guy. I'm sure he has no fighting prowess whatsoever.
And you may like these strips because, I mean, that strip starts immediately with the Joker actually killing Batman with a fatal wound. However, Batman, instead of, you know, just collapsing with his blood, starts regenerating into another Batman. Because that's a plot twist. Batman is a Time Lord.
Yeah. I will say, I think it's done to its absolute best in stuff like Emperor Joker, where Joker finally accomplishes his goal of killing Batman, only to just revive Batman and do it over and over and over again in all of the more creative ways, until he gets bored and just decides to end the universe with a ticking countdown, of course. Basically, Bruce is going to save Rachel.
Well, he thinks he's going to save Rachel anyway.
Oh, careful there. That's flammable.
Yeah.
Face to get burned. Yeah, you know, I'll admit, when I first saw this movie, they went so long without doing it that I almost thought they weren't going to make him Two-Face.
Hang on, I'm being called.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, God. by killing them.
Of course.
Oof.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. Well, crud. Looks like he was a bit of a better martial artist than I thought.
Yeah. What do you know?
And where? Oh, of course, the mirror.
Yeah. Batman was so stupid, he actually gave him a weapon involuntarily.
Yep.
So yeah, there's a bomb inside him. Or it was just a cell phone.
We'll have a call.
Or
Please
maybe no,
answer
it was
before
actually
you
a bomb.
die.
So long, Renee. I forgot, was she one of the people there?
No.
Oh.
Well, at least bats can save Rachel, so there's that. Oh.
I guess.
Okay, guys, back.
Well, snap.
But here's the plot twist. The locations were actually exchanged. Oh, the irony.
Prankster.
So,
prank
okay, we'll save Harvey. Well, you got your wish, Rachel. I feel...
Hot.
Yes! Yeah.
So long.
But that cut was a bit odd.
Oh, crud.
And that's why he gets the burnt face thing. In the original continuity, it was a bit more soft. It was just a criminal tossing acid on his face, so it makes sense for what they did for this movie, honestly. Oh, the Chinese guy is still there.
Wow.
But Jova, is Biggs dead now?
Nope. Joker used him as a hostage so he can make his phone call to activate a bomb that just happened to be a phone inside some guy's stomach.
But he must have got blown up then.
No. It was a different part of the department.
Yeah. And there you go.
Oh.
That blue screen.
Way to mock him.
But yeah, that
It's like
blue
in
screen
GTA.
was
So yeah, in a bit of a twist, it turned out that Harvey Dent was the one that got rescued and not Rachel.
Yeah.
And poster shot.
ding.
This will make so many great wallpapers.
Indeed. In fact, you actually managed to beat Marvel to the $1 billion reception game. And one side of the coin got
obviously.
scarred.
Symbolism!
Ding. Okay, how long is there left of this movie?
We now have, I think, the third act.
Under an hour?
Yeah.
Get ready, dweebs. It's time for the climax. Yeah, that's one thing, everyone. Even the people who love this movie, well, except for maybe the ones who don't notice it.
On and on and on.
Again,
Yeah.
I think this is what feels like it could be the second ending, maybe like a setup for a new film.
Maybe if they'd have split this into 2 movies or something.
Okay, look. I'll be quite honest. It's one thing to split, a book adaptation into 2 parts, but look, I didn't really like it with Pirates of the Caribbean, albeit, though, to be fair, 2 and 3 did come back to back, so that was nice. But, I don't know, with this... Okay, look. I can get making the Joker a recurring villain, but like I said, I think the I think, like, well, the part where they catch him after the car chase, maybe add in a bit more of a climatic fight or something. But, Near Vera could have been a great way to end it. And now here, Bruce is going to be back to the whole blaming himself thing. However, Alfred's going to do something to help alleviate that. Apparently, Rachel wrote a note to Bruce telling him that she was going to marry Harvey Dent. Now, refresh my memory, how exactly does this help Bruce psychologically, Tio? Tio?
Tio's not available right now. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep!
Dwibs, do you recall why?
Not that I know of. But yeah, Harvey's kind of half and half.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry guys, but unfortunately we didn't have his half of the prosthetics done yet, so we just had to cover him up with a thing.
Ooh, boo boo.
But yeah, one half is heads, the other half
is scarred.
Yeah.
Like half of his face.
Mm-hmm. Okay, another thing I should bring up that I'm surprised we didn't bring up yet. Once again, the score is done by Hans Zimmer and James Newton Howard, but this time I get the feeling there's more of Hans Zimmer here than James Newton Howard.
To be fair, I do like the soundtrack better than Batman Begins, if only because the main theme is so much more iconic. Thank you, Lord. Anyway.
Yeah, again, in terms of the main themes for the Batman franchise, I honestly prefer the Danny Elfman and the Elliot Goldenthal one more, honestly.
I agree. Anyway, Dent's been refusing treatment. Yeah, apparently a lot of the cops didn't like Dent and kind of called him a nickname behind his back. Gee, guess what it was?
I love how he says it. Is it? Here you go. Ah.
Harvey Two-Face.
Yeah.
You know, names in the Gotham City tend to have a knack for choosing your destiny, don't they? Like Pamela Isley, Harleen Quinzel, Edward Nigma.
All right.
Okay, go back again.
Basically, they're referring to how a lot of the cops like to call Harvey
Two-Face,
Two-Face behind his back. Yeah. It's like I said, a lot of names in Gotham City tend to decide your destiny. Pamela Isley.
So, what do you think of the CGI for Harvey's face? Dweebs?
Dweebs?
Oh, I guess he's
God, did he burb? I guess he burped as soon as you got back. But what do you think of it?
Oh, I don't mind, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I really criticize CGI only if it's blatantly, painfully bad.
Yeah. I will admit that I kind of wish they'd given him the wigged out hair for the burned half. Alas, realism. So basically, these guys are rewarding him for, I forget.
For
getting their money back.
And having, Harvey Dent completely injured and the police in a complete mess.
Yeah.
With the Chinese guy on top. Mm-hmm. Hey, what the fuck, man? Way too peace on the party.
Huh. Yeah, turns out the guy who was going to try and exploit Bruce into being Batman.
So basically, if you ever want to see Financial Planner, don't get the Joker.
It's okay, Dwibs. He's only burning his. Basically, though, this employee is trying to go to the press about Batman's identity.
Well, I guess it makes kind of sense because now that the stakes are so high, he feels he's like morally compelled to do so. Oh, All that money.
Oh, it's okay. He's gonna kill him so that he won't have to feel too bad about it.
Oh well.
Now, yeah, he's except for Sal, he's kind of killed off the competition.
Honestly, considering his behavior, the Joker is pretty much your average GTA player in this movie.
Only to a way new
He shows up,
extreme.
dethrones all the mobsters in town, reduces the police to a complete state, steals their car, and do whatever the fuck it wants.
Yeah. So it's kind of like Yakuza, only he's a bad guy as opposed to an ironic good guy.
No, wait, guys, I got it. I got it now. The money they're burning was secretly this movie's budget.
And they're like saying, yeah, we can burn our money
so
because we know it's
yeah.
going to...
Yeah,
profit.
they're burning the budget. All $185 million of it. But that's okay. We'll get over $1 billion back anyway.
And now here's an issue. The Joker thinks, maybe this guy, and since he knows so much about him.
But does he really look like the kind of guy who can take down a bunch of criminals?
Honestly, Dwibs, I don't think the Joker even cares. Basically, he's saying, okay, now anyone who goes kill Batman will help bring the peace. Which means a lot of people are going to try and kill that employee.
Wow.
Yeah, we have a problem, see? Now, literally everyone in the city...
This bit looks... That bit there, you know, that bit there where they filmed the Lamborghini, that looked a bit more like England than Gotham.
Anyway, Dwibs, what do you think of the CGI for Two-Face's... Well, Two Faces?
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, if there's anything I can say that's positive about Nolan, he's got a good knack for visuals.
Okay, now I will admit, I do like the theme of the movie, and this is quite possibly the reason a lot of people praise this movie, is the third act, where it tests the integrity and ethic morals of the town. Like, will you kill a man if supposedly it will bring you peace, or will you try and keep your morals and fight it out? Basically, the Joker has now put it that if Batman is killed, he will stop the madness. Which, honestly, let's be honest, do you think he's even telling the truth?
But yeah, let's get this hospital
Evacuated.
Okay.
Oh, hi, Chase.
Also, Lamborghini.
Okay, now it looks a bit like the States.
Wouldn't it be funny if it just turned out that, like, well, those were either in two different cities with those shots, or they were actually the same one, and it was like one of our British departments?
Watch
out. Oh, crap. Yeah, that movie makes you say that a lot. You know, that was also kind of a missed opportunity for Harley Quinn. But hey, the Joker in drag, that's a thing. Yeah, to be fair, I wouldn't put it past him. Real shame, too, because I heard rumors that if the Joker did come back...
That that copper's mom's in danger. Oh, no.
Morality, Dweebs. That's the theme.
Mm-hmm. This is it now.
Hi! So I just saw there was this comparison video that someone did where they mixed footage of this film and Batman and Robin, and after the bit where he says hi, they put in the bit where Arnie from Batman and Robin said hi.
What's that movie? Wait, what's the video called? I may have seen.
I don't know. Just type in like Nolan Batman v Schumacher Batman or something.
Oh yeah.
Chasing cars. Is he referencing that Snow Patrol song?
I don't know.
Well, you guys know Snow Patrol?
Heard of it.
Same.
What about you, Jibber? Oh. Huh. Funny. I thought most British bands don't really have that much exposure outside of maybe Europe.
The Beatles. Oh.
I said most British bands.
Fair enough. Anyway, speech time. And thus spawned the Joker X Harvey Dent ship.
Never thought it was possible.
Oh no. Don't.
No, don't.
No, Kappa, don't.
Oh, and he's wearing a Harvey Dent sticker just to taunt the man.
Should I have got into my bat suit?
Apparently you can't for some reason. Well, then again, actually, Batman in a Lamborghini, that could possibly be traced.
True.
Then he could have used his. Oh wait, his car got blown up. But considering how rich he is, shouldn't he have like 6 of them?
He does, actually, going off of Dark Knight Rises. Yet
Well,
for
he
some
also,
reason,
by the time of Dark Knight Rises, he also has the Batwing, technically, so...
Then why doesn't he just use that, then?
I have no idea.
I'm guessing because it would kind of stick out in daylight, and, well, I guess he doesn't want to stick out because, well...
And also, yeah, cue the meme. Everyone loses their mind.
Heads you win, tails you lose. I mean, I lose.
Huh.
Wait
Okay, Chaos and Order. I swear I've seen a video game that does
Anton.
This idea. It was more like Chaos and Harmony, Discord and Harmony, but yeah.
Oh my god, I just realized something. This is No Country for Old Men done better.
Jova, you're clearly missing an important, vital element here. Someone clearly talking while munching their cereals.
So basically, heads, he lives. Scarred heads, he dies.
Ouch.
You know,
Well,
I could just imagine...
that's the moral of the story. Always look both ways before driving across the road.
Especially in Gotham City. You know, I'd have loved to imagine. What would have happened if Harvey had actually gone the Scarred Head and then would have just killed the Joker right there and then? Then again, knowing the Joker, it was probably just loaded with blanks.
Oh boy, here we go. This is one of the most infamous scenes that it has been said it was improvised. Basically, what you're seeing now, basically, Heath Ledger is actually holding the real remote for the actual explosives in the building. And the director, Nolan, just handed it to him and said, go ahead. But the problem is it stopped working halfway through. So instead of just dropping the C and doing it again, they decided to just roll with it. And it's amazing.
Damn it.
Blast.
Damn it, Chris, I thought you said they
There
would work.
we go. Amazing. Truly some of the best performances are done with such naturality.
I know, right? God bless Heath Ledger. It's a shame that the role frightened him so much that he kind of drug overdosed, and the rest is history.
But damn it, Chris, I thought you said this would work.
Well, at least it brought us this lovely scene.
Clearly the technicians had to go deeper.
Well, shoot. 50 people missing on one bus, and god dang it, the bus system is so bad here. Oh, it's okay, it's a school bus.
So, well, I guess... honestly, I had to see a country where the bus system is actually okay. That it works, I mean.
School buses usually, at
efficiently.
least from my experience, are. But yeah,
no, I mean it's either good in how diffused it is, or as a good timing in terms of clock issues and stuff like that. It's only you have to pick one. What the fuck? Morgan Freeman is not amused.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I've forgotten what happened to that Chinese guy again.
He got burned in
He
the pile
got
of
burned
money.
alive on the pile of money. You know, with the money that he himself stole.
How ironic.
Okay, this is where I think the movie starts to really dive into the moral scene.
And it starts to, losing his steam to a screeching halt.
Yeah, I'll be quite honest. I am not really fond of the scene that's about to carry out between Bruce and Morgan over this. I mean, Lucius.
Joe, but Morgan Freeman is basically Morgan Freeman and everything. Can't really blame you for.
Morgan Freeman is sadly one of those actors that you can give him a role, but it's just Morgan Freeman. You're literally seeing Morgan Freeman.
I mean,
admittedly, that is his greatest.
It's not his fault. Don't worry. It's just.
But it's like when Tom Cruise plays Tom Cruise. It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely, and when Tommy Lee Jones plays Tommy Lee Jones.
Unless it's in No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was in that. I forgot.
He spends like 3/4 of the movie mumbling about how good the good old days were actually better. I'm not even kidding.
Well, so how do you like it now, Curtis? You are now as much the psycho as Anthony Hopkins was.
Well, fuck.
Okay, so basically they're using a bunch of sonar stuff to track the Joker
on everyone's mobile device.
How do you do that?
1, Wayne Technologies. 2, Batman. And 3, he's using Lucius's technology that was introduced to us earlier when they did the Hong Kong heist. Basically, a phone, of course, gives off a GPS signal, a sonar. Batman maximized it.
But the problem is that this violates literally everyone's privacy, and Lucius is not really fond into that.
Well, he kind of needs Lucius to operate it because, well, as brilliant as Batman is, this can only be manned here. I mean, sure, it can be transmitted to his helmet and stuff, but he needs someone running it. And Lucius is the one person he trusts. Hey, Alfred, who's that?
But okay, guys. Hilby, this is an interesting question. What exactly is your problem with this bit?
What do you mean?
Oh, he's asking why we kind of feel this one is where it starts to grind, halting, and
because honestly, it's just this movie, while not subplots with, it functions more like a series of stories around the themes that are happening sequentially. You can tell where a sequence literally stops and when the other starts.
To put it in tense, there's actually technically the Gotham Stories movie, which is an animated picture that takes place between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, apparently. And that one's a series of stories. That's kind of what this feels like, only with more connection. And, not the change in art style. Basically, though, my main issue with him, with his back and forth between Morgan, is like, okay, I get it. The theme is morality, but I feel like, that the way they do that one feels like just a needless scene to try and create turmoil between Bruce and Lucius. It's like, yeah, he said something about his resignation having to do with this. It's like, really? Of course it has to do with how the ending's gonna go as well.
True.
Well, hey, you're the one guy who Joker hasn't killed. Well, the one gangster he hasn't murdered.
Yikes.
Yep. Another coin flip, though.
Oops.
The driver. One coin flip for Sal, one for the driver. Goodbye.
Whee!
And Harvey Dent died.
Nah, he'll be fine, but because he put on a seatbelt. However, Sal's gonna have a bit more trouble from this, let's just say.
Snoop Dogg? What was he
If he's
doing
not
there?
dead already. Because of, his legs kind of not being in the best.
Oh boy.
That bearded guy earlier, was he the guy who Batman said where were the other drugs going from the last movie?
I think so.
Huh. Might be. Wouldn't that be quite the
But yeah, I think
tradition?
I remember the scene. One boat's full of criminals, the other boat is full of civilians.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay,
It would be a
Dwiz.
shame if someone tries to hijack both of those.
Okay, here's the news about the role of the Joker. I'll just copy and paste it. The Four Ledger was confirmed for the role in July 2006. Paul Bettany, Latchy Hume, Adrian Brody, Steve Carell, and Robin Williams were considered for the role.
Robin Williams?
Well,
when I saw actually Batman Begins, when it came out and I was speculating who the Joker may be, I instinctively said Johnny Depp.
Huh.
But Robin Williams
that?
was the last person I would have thought.
Also,
well,
Paul
to be
Bettany
fair, he did play the psychotic killer in Insomnia.
True.
I think that was another known film.
Paul Bettany. So basically, we would have had the Vision as the Joker.
Yeah.
That would have been.
Hey, it sort of fits because originally Tim Curry was supposed to play the Joker before Mark Hamill came on board. British.
Hashtag the Joker.
Well, hey, Dweebs, could have been worse. The both votes could have been, being hijacked by William
So,
Dafoe.
what do you choose? Press like for the civilians or retweet for the criminals?
What a news tweeter! Well, fuck.
Oh yeah, and here comes the other extremely famous scene in the movie, aside from the car chase. Now, okay, this also does it well.
There you go. Whee!
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing how they never bring up Batman potentially rebuilding his car or getting a new one, sadly.
Well, he's got a bike.
Oi, Davis.
What's Davis?
I believe it's a medical company.
Oh,
hence the Blue Cross. Let's see. Davis.
I thought I was going to say, if you don't do that, then I'll blow up both boats or something.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, if they don't decide.
So someone has to take a decision.
So
yeah, well, the civilians are complete dicks. Because, they're just, inmates, so fuck them.
Yeah. And meanwhile, the inmates, well, they're inmates, so who knows what they'll do. Also, turns out this woman isn't quite Renee, but is actually another XP, Ramirez. This movie has a thing for doing that. Huh?
Well,
yeah.
fuck. there's also the huge problem, which will be brought up later, that if the public know that Harvey Dent is going haywire, every single criminal that has been arrested by him will actually get free because of, you know,
and it turns out that Ramirez...
about cops.
And it turns out that Ramirez was the one on the police force that betrayed Dent and Rachel to the Joker.
How charming.
But she gets to live.
Yeah. And get to see her mother, who Joker was kind of holding captive in the hospital.
Poor Gary Oldman is losing his shit.
Oh, wait, that's right. It was both Ramirez and Michael Wirtz, the guy at the bar.
But what do we write down for yes or no?
It's a button. Oh my god, you know, that silver-haired guy looks a bit like Bill Clinton. Without the square chin and jaw.
Whee!
Trust in Batman. He's been like, what, one of the few people to help you actually catch the Joker.
I believe in Batman.
Kinda gonna have to at this point.
That vision.
Ah, that's the movie, Batman Gotham Knight.
That's clearly what Rocksteady got inspired for the detective mode.
Lights.
Granted, if the detective mode was like that in the games, it would have been so weird.
Yeah, basically this is the system being beamed to his eyes in a sort of secluded and abridged manner, so he can focus on said tower.
Alright.
Yeah, that's an issue. Those are innocents.
Well, they don't know.
Made to look like the bad guys. Yeah. Wow. Taped and everything.
Hello. Well, Jova, Mythbusters actually demonstrate that duct tape can do miracles.
Oh, yes, it can. Yeah, you know, another thing about this movie, the best music shows up, like, around the end. So, in addition to having to take down bad guys within the building and saving innocents, Batman may also have to deal with the police here a bit.
Yeah.
Who are none the wiser. So it turns out the people dressed up as doctors are the bad guys, and the mooks dressed up as mooks are good guys. Or just innocent.
And here's the Joker.
Right, this film's going by a lot quicker than Langoliers did yesterday.
True. They had the pacing dreams. But and again, as I mentioned, it's just a collection of stories collected by the same, united by the same theme.
That reminds me, Tio, since Batman Gotham Knight technically takes place between Batman and Dark Knight, do you want to do that before or after we tackle Dark Knight Rises?
I'm fine either way. I mean, I wonder, maybe Pedro wants to be in that as well. Who knows?
Good point.
We'll ask him.
Since I don't think the animated film's a
there you go. I
one.
forgot to these guys, but for Gary is an important cameo that he's just making for this particular scene. The black guy on the inmate.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh no, Morgan Freeman is worried.
Oh, he's worried. And we should all be worried.
Yes, he may actually lose one of his freckles.
But hey guys, speaking of DC stuff, You know the reason most people were kind of introduced to Morgan Freeman?
Because of this movie?
No, because you know Christopher Reeve. He only agreed to do Superman 4 if he could do this other film called Street Smart. And guess what actor was in Street Smart?
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah, so we have indirectly Superman 4 to thank for introducing us to Morgan Freeman.
Wait. So was that like Morgan Freeman's debut film?
No. Christopher Reeve did Superman 4 so he could do Street Smart.
Okay, but what does Street Smart have to do with introducing us to Morgan Freeman is what I mean.
Because Freeman was an actor because it was an actor in that movie.
Okay, I get that, but was that his debut film, or was it like his first big one?
No,
I think his first big one, maybe.
Anyway, so Joker starts off by doing the practical thing, setting the dogs on him.
How charming.
Now, surprisingly,
it makes sense because in the comics he kind of had a similar thing, but he was using hyenas, but it wouldn't make sense here, so the dogs are more effective, and they have a context.
Yeah. Here, surprisingly, this Joker actually can set up with Batman in a one-on-one fight.
His new suit is makes me more vulnerable to, you know. There you go, that's the cameo I was mentioning. I forgot who this guy is, but he's just here for this scene.
Was he in?
Let me check, maybe he's told. Michael J. White, I think.
That name
no,
definitely
actually, no, that was this guy before. No, the guy was dead. I don't know, man. But yeah, it shows that the inmates have actually more humanity than the civilians. Subtle,
big talk, hotshot. Like you're about to be any better if you blow them up.
I mean, I understand the message, but it's kind of hammered in a too much direct way to my tastes.
I can sort of see where they're going for. It's like the guy is reading up all the stuff these guys did, only to eventually realize, well, crap, maybe I'm doing what they did myself.
Lucius, stop this crazy thing.
Well, snap.
Well, at least the hostages are safe.
Okay, now this is actually a powerful scene where he actually talks the warden of this boat into giving him a device.
And you think he's gonna blow up the others. But no.
But no, and I do like that scene because it shows that, hey, not all inmates are cartoonish bad guys.
But hey, can you imagine when he threw it against the window? What if he missed and accidentally hit the button?
Then that would be awkward.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. You should have done 10 minutes ago.
So yeah, it's time for a Chekhov's gun.
Here we
Anytime.
What do you know? Even the upper class elite and dickish have morals.
So much for a democratic vote.
This has to show that Batman is not just a superhero, it's a moral to believe in.
Which is nicely accomplished in this movie, even if it does hammer me in the head with it.
Because everyone is superheroes and shit.
Maybe the party's a bit late, Joker?
Why are you so serious about this?
Yeah. Hey, why are you so serious about this? That's a good question. Okay, okay, I will admit it was worth it seeing the Joker get pissed that his plans got foiled like that.
But yeah, he's gonna blow him up anyway.
There you go. Checo.
And in a scene reminiscent of the Jack Nicholson Joker, he falls to his death, but in this version, Batman saves him.
Yeah, and well, if it wasn't for Heath Ledger's premature demise, he was actually gonna reappear in Dark Knight Rises.
And he might have even had a Harley Quinn with him. What a shame.
Oh well.
Actually, I think if he hadn't died, they were actually going to carry on the movies for more than just the 3.
Who knows? Who knows? Especially because Nolan already, regardless of how the movie turned out of Dark Knight Rises, Nolan already decided that after that he was already stopped. Especially because, remember, the movies took a lot of time to make, 3-4 years between each. So they were actually really expensive in terms of effort and time and money.
So yeah, he was planning for the 3rd one to be his last either way. I'm guessing that he was going to go for one that was going to end the climatic battle for Gotham's soul, as Joker puts it. More on that later when we get to the end. Oh, by the way, there's a funny Nolan Batman
I got this speech here.
There's a funny thing.
Okay. The speech would have been fine, but again, it's the Batman voice.
I think it's fine enough, especially since I could see him gritting it with him being tired, so that's fine and all. Although I will agree, Hugh and Dark Knight Rises is kind of ruining it. That said, though, funnily enough, in a Nolan Batman versus Tim Burton Batman mashup video, basically the Joker does the whole an unstoppable force meets an immovable object one, while apparently taunting Tim Burton's Joker as he falls to his death while being weighed down by said immovable object. Ah, yes, the Joker's ever so famous. It just takes a little push one very bad day.
Which is true, but depends ultimately on the person itself.
Something Joker refuses
never
to
because,
admit to.
Despite his craziness, he firmly believes in his moral, which are cemented.
Yeah, there's also points where he feels so alone when
Batman.
Yes, next time in Suicide Squad.
You know what?
Well, crap, this is dark in post-mortem.
So there's only one last thread to wrap up.
Yeah.
But the way it's wrapped up is kind of dumb.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, Joker's plan is, I have turned the most loved man in all of Gotham into this perverted, corrupted figure. That would surely break Gotham's soul. My problem with this is that, didn't the scene with the boats kind of shown that the people believe in Batman as much to not do stuff like that? So, I mean, and I'll get more to that later.
Okay, Morgan Freeman's career actually started in 1964 with a movie called The Pawnbroker. His first major movie, let me see what it could have been. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves in 1991. It's too early.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
No, it was Ahmed, I think, in that movie. Aziz, sorry. My apologies.
Yep. That also introduced good old Alan Rickman.
Well, Superman 4, I forgot when it was made, but... And it was a stable in the Electric Company TV series from 1971 to 1977.
Oh shoot, tension rising.
Yeah, I can feel it.
Work.
So basically, it's all set up that the police are going to discover that the culprit behind this is Dent.
Yeah, and with that happening, all the mobsters will return free, and that... I really don't understand this police rule that if a cop is found, corrupted anytime later, all his effort will be in vain automatically, even his free.
If I recall correctly, it's only when, it's an incredibly recent case. Actually, never mind. Actually, no. Oh, that's an indefinite amount of time usually.
I really don't understand this because it's generalizing on something which should be extremely subjective.
Yeah, sadly though, that's kind of a real thing in some regards. Admittedly, though, there are some cases where, the person can just get a retrial and hopefully they'll still be found guilty.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. The way this ending tackles it is a bit generalized. But let's see how they do it.
And we started that this comes back in Dark Knight Rises because...
Oh. Okay, Bruce, that's not exactly your best pep talk.
Yeah, clearly Batman is not the best in terms of diplomacy.
It's a shame. He's done better than this
before. If only we had a super heroine assisting him with a lasso that helps people telling the truth.
Yeah, if only.
Then again, the time she tried to do that ended up snapping the neck of a person, but whatever.
So basically, Batman convinces Two-Face to judge himself, the
boy,
Jim Gordon, and Batman. I will say, maybe my main issue is was that this is apparently the final climatic fight as opposed to a penultimate one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. Well, what do you know?
Would have been spared anyway. However, this kills the Dent. So yeah, technically Batman killed someone.
Well, apparently not.
Ow.
I don't know. Yeah, here's what I don't get. That fall shouldn't have killed Dent, now should it? I mean, he drop Sal from a fall like that, and all it did was kind of break his legs.
But he landed on his back. Probably that's why he broke his spine.
Oh boys, here we go.
I will say, I kind of rather that this has been a penultimate fight leading up to the climatic fight with the Joker.
Well, coming up to over that kind of problem's going to be a bit marginalized, considering a bigger problem this scene brings up.
Oh. Do you want to tackle it before or after the credits? Because I think we all have quite a bit to say about it.
Let's find out. I don't think Gotham's going to die just because of one guy's reputation being soiled.
And actually, no, that's the thing, Dweebs. Harvey Dent was responsible for capturing all the mobsters. That's like entire family clans. If they got released again in mass, chaos will ensue again.
That said, though, my issue is that this isn't the... It's like, okay, if that were the main reason, sure.
But... honestly, I always saw this, what we're trying to do is a compromise a la Watchmen, which makes sense considering DC Comics. But, I don't know, a terrible execution still.
Okay, here we go.
Basically, the main reason he's going to... Alright.
Okay, so basically, Batman's going to accept all the blame for this, even though they could just so easily blame the Joker.
Or even better, why not just say that Harvey kind of fell when he was... Well, okay, then they may have to... Actually, yeah, I mean, are they going to say that Batman kidnapped Harvey or something and forced him off just that place?
I don't understand this bit.
Yeah, here's the...
Just blame the Joker. I mean, everyone will believe that because it's kind of true in a way.
Indeed. And yes, here's the ending that is kind of the one sour mark on an otherwise great movie.
Yeah,
the
you just
downer
established
ending.
in the previous movie the Batman mythos, and now you're completely wrecking it.
I mean, seriously, okay, lying to the public, maybe slightly, but lying to them to this point, I'm sorry, Batman would never... Okay, maybe he might do it, considering how guilt-ridden he is, but to actually go through with it to the point where he quits being Batman for a bit? No. No. Unless it's the
Lucius
Dark
Fox
Knight
also
Returns
retires.
continuity, which is sort of what Dark Knight Rises was going for, but that's a different continuity. Again, this ending is incredibly controversial because you have to wonder how much of this Batman would actually do and how effective this really is in the long run. And
Dark
like
Knight
Tia
Rises
said,
will have the answer.
yes, it will.
Oh.
And again, this is one thing that ticks me off. It's like, well, it's one thing for a bad thing to have a bad ending, but for something that was overall great and so exhilarating and, well, great up till the end, ugh.
God knows how many of those things me and Jover have seen.
I know.
And maybe Tio as well, but I'm not quite sure.
He has. He's played Mass Effect 3.
Yeah. Well, not played on my own. Yeah, but you get the idea. I know what the hell.
And I've played the crossover.
There are lots of things that are great but have a terrible ending. And then there are things that were seemingly
roll credits. Roll credits, guys. Guys,
He
he said Dark Knight. Roll credits.
Yeah. And that's the end. Okay. Before we get to our final thoughts, there's a bit more I want to get off my chest about the ending, though. It's like, seriously, though, how much does it feel like they just said, like, oh, we need to do a downer ending to make things seem controversial and morally gray? It's like I said, I like the themes of the third act when it's done right well enough, but this felt like they were overdoing it. It's like, oh, don't you see? Nothing is so simple. It apparently, somehow, oh, thank you, Bob Kane, by the way. Look forward to seeing you in the 89 film. But apparently, somehow, this is going to stop crime for a while in Gotham.
Yeah,
the idea that if Batman just goes away, that'll solve the issue. No. I mean, I don't know if they were planning for it to be a bad idea or whatnot, but my guess is, like, apparently maybe they were planning for this to be just a temporary thing, like, only last a few bits until the Joker rightfully comes back out and Batman has to stop him.
But those plans got kind of wrecked because...
I mean, but even still, though, even if that were the idea, I still have to think... Well, okay, then again, actually, in that case, they might have been planning for it to intentionally be wrong, but... this feels a bit holier than thou.
Alright, so that was The Dark Knight. I'll go first. Yeah, again, I don't really think much of this film's story or stories. But yeah, I do enjoy the action scenes at least. So in terms of being just an action movie, it's fine enough. But
the character scenes.
But I really disagree with the amount of praise this film gets, and I really don't think it's like best. I don't think it's like best comic book film ever material. And in terms of people mostly I remember Chris Stuckman calling this film a crime drama, not a comic book movie, even though it's got a comic book character in it. But whatever.
I can see where he's coming from about it being a crime drama, but
I've definitely seen better crime dramas.
Okay, then.
Ones that don't kind of bite their own arse at near the end.
What did you think of the character moments?
Fine-ish.
Finish.
Yeah, finish. And speaking of finished, that's my final thoughts. Finished, decent.
Okay,
but I think its praise is highly exaggerated in my opinion.
Okay, I'll go next then. Yeah, I definitely find this to be the best of the Nolan Batman films. I will agree that in hindsight it is a bit overrated. That's not to say it's bad, of course. It's just like, well, when you get to it, there are a few flaws in this movie. Not nearly as much as Batman Begins, but a few. Most jarring being the controversial ending, and it feels like this movie just feels like it needs to end on a downer note. Like, I mean, I get the Joker being, kept alive because Batman is strictly not killing, but having it be that the Joker will win unless Batman hangs up his cape kind of feels like the Joker did win there. That said, though, I do love the Joker in this movie. Not as much as Jack Nicholson's Joker or Mark Hamill or Kevin Michael Richardson's Joker, but still one of the greats. He's funny, he's deadly. Batman, while not getting quite as much screen time as the Joker for obvious reasons, is nice here and there. He gets to be a bit more of a detective, but again, I feel he makes some stupid decisions, especially the one at the end. I'm going to keep coming back to that, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
The cast members, for the most part, are good and well done. I like the action, of course. Love the car chase scene, and I love the climactic fight between Batman and Joker. Basically, it's a great movie up until the very end, where they try and resolve the whole thing. Now, admittedly, Dark Knight Rises does address that, but that's a whole new world of clumsiness in and of itself.
Yeah.
Basically, I recommend seeing this movie. It is a great fun time. You will love the villains. You'll like the hero, but I caution you, don't go in it with, like the most stunning expectations, like saying, because, I mean, heck, even nowadays, people are starting to regard it as, well, still a great superhero film, not the greatest like everyone was praising it to be. I mean, maybe it was the greatest back then, but there are still some things holding it back from being the greatest there ever was. Then again, that's usually the norm for almost any movie. Great movie, though, and I do like how the third act handles the gray morality area well enough, and it's an overall good time. Okay, Tio, your turn.
Okay, Tio, you next.
I don't mind this movie, and I don't think it's well, yeah. I think it is a bit overrated. I don't think it is as much as other things that I noticed that are overrated. Much like I think Doug said, this is just an interpretation of Batman mythos. The good thing about Batman mythos and how the characters are, the Joker, Batman itself, etc., is that they have so many different shapes. You can just take one, represent that, and get away with it really easily. Like, on that aspect, even the Burton movies and honestly, even Schumacher can get away on a certain level.
Yeah, he did well enough with Batman and Forever, I'll give him that.
But what I mean is the fact that this movie is maybe excessively heavy on the themes, dark, etc., etc.
Yeah.
That's normal. It's just an aspect you could take. True, Heath Ledger's take on the Joker was relatively new. No one was ever thinking about that. It was groundbreaking at the time, so applause for that. But at the same time, the movie has the problems that me and the others have mentioned. It's pretty much just a collection of scenes that you can clearly see which one ends and which one the next one starts. And there's also the fact that aside from the Harvey Dent ending, the movie just stops. Literally, like with the Joker capture by Batman, the movie just stops. Literally. So it's clear that Nolan had a weird direction with this movie in general, and it would have been also reflected in The Dark Knight Rises. However, we'll get to that when we get to that. But basically, still, it's an enjoyable movie to watch from time to time, much like the rest of the Batman movies, so I don't want to be too harsh on it. And about the moral, oh boy. Okay. I just say that, Batman taking the blame for aside from the fact that, as I mentioned, the whole thing about a police officer being found guilty means everything he has done at that point is earned and moot is a bit of a stupid law that should be at least be reworked somehow.
I agree. Sadly, it's a real law. But go on.
The fact they decide to go the Watchmen route of maintaining the status quo, creating a giant big fat lie, which, as we will see, will come bite back in the ass big time, is not only odd, but it gives a very bad moral to the public, especially, and you say, oh, well, it's a Batman movie, it's all about great morality. Yeah, but the movie hammers constantly in your face the fact that you need to, the only solution to your problems are effectively stay true to good moral and being righteous, you know. And at the very last minute, he throws this curveball that in order to maintain, you know, this good status that we made, you need to get a compromise as a deal with the devil. No, fuck this. It's not.
It's like, seriously, superheroes shouldn't be about that kind of
My
compromise.
best guess is that Nolan didn't actually knew how to end the movie because, as you know, as I mentioned, the movie just stops with the Joker. So he decided to combine these things and
Yeah,
say
like,
to
maybe.
resolve the Harvey Dent plot and give a justification for his bad deeds. Again, but as Luke said, it could have been easily swooped to the Joker, this thing. So again, bad move for a bad ending. Sorry, I'm not really justifying that. But still, I don't
Mhm.
want to detract the movie for it. It's still very solid and good, just not maybe the revolutionary, changing life masterpiece everyone thought it was. And
I
that's
mean, to be fair, it did introduce the world of film to superhero great moralities, and I applaud it for that. But
and it
again,
also
the
introduced the
execution.
concept of superhero movies being more, you know, much more dark in themes. And but not
For
in the
better or
way
for worse.
but not in the ways the 90s or say movies like Daredevil did, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all for me, I guess, for us.
So that was Dark Knight. We enjoyed it, had a few issues with it, but it was still an overall good ride and overall improvement from Batman Begins. And we
So
didn't have to make too much fun of it.
I
That's
guess
what
we'll
Dark
see
Knight
you for
Rises is.
Dark Knight Rises, where my next step on my master plan awaits.
Goody. See you then.
I hope it doesn't involve crashing the plane.
With no survivors.
Good.